Today we're going to talk about the dangers of learning practical skills on your own. So many law students, when they come to know that they must know how to actually do client related work, what they should know about it, then they decide that they can acquire this on their own. And they've got 5 years, so that's about enough time to learn anything they want, and 5 years appears like a long time. Now, I want to give you a simple example. Suppose you want to travel from New Delhi to Chandigarh. Okay, then what would you do? How would you get there? You can go there by a train, you can go there by a Volvo bus, and you can fly down. But you never say that you will actually invent a car first and then go there using your own created vehicle. If you were to do that, you can imagine how much longer that will take. Now, saying that you want to figure it all out on your own is a little like that. So what are the dangers? One is that you are obviously going to be putting in a lot more effort which you could have used to actually acquire the skill, provide the service and move ahead. By providing the service, I mean you could have gotten an internship much faster, performed better and used it to open further doors. You might have gotten a PPO in that much time. Or you might have even visited a startup and actually done free work for them for a month, and from the next month onward you could have started charging them. Or you could actually do remote work for a lawyer and earn a stipend every month. But remember that even juniors who go to a lawyer in their initial years and work full time don't earn enough. So to be able to earn that kind of stipend, you have to be that good. Now, you may not believe that that is even possible, but actually if you have enough skills that reduce that senior's work, then he will want to pay you because you add value. Okay. So the other second danger of wanting to learn practical skill on your own is that you might go on the wrong direction. Now, people end up, the standard path that students follow is a hearsay path. They will hear an uncle say that you should start interning, or you should do this degree, or you should do these certificate courses. A senior from college will say you should do moots and conferences, and that's where it stops. And then you have most law students going in all directions. They will attend a conference on space law, they will perform a moot on human rights, and then they say that they want to actually do a corporate law firm job. Now, what happens here? Your efforts get dissipated in all different directions and you do not have the focus to concentrate on the area you want to progress in. For example, if you decided that corporate law is what you want to explore, you might have the opportunity to actually take up activities exclusively focusing on corporate law. Some of the moots on corporate law are not always the most in demand. So you could have had an easier path. Now, the other challenge is that a lot of these activities do not relate to everyday work you can perform for a client. So imagine that when you visit a doctor and you say, I've got a cough, okay? The doctor, if he knows how to prescribe, he knows how to, do a diagnosis of it, he will prescribe you some medicines and you will not return back without a solution for it. Now, your situation when you're a lawyer and a client comes to you is like that you need skills which will enable you to perform this kind of everyday work. Okay, imagine now you go to this doctor and he says that I don't know about what is the medicine to prescribe for your cough, but I did a research. In that research I identified that 1 out of every 100 cases the standard cough medicines doesn't work and I have to prescribe a different medicine. I know about that. Now that means that 99 people will go back unsatisfied with you. And this is what happens if you go down the wrong path in your journey to figure out what you need to learn on your own. That's the time you want to spend actually learning and serving rather than figuring out what to learn. That takes a huge mental effort and it is very taxing. Now, 5 years may seem like a long time to you, but this is the only time you have to actually go ahead of everybody else, because this is the time when you have no liabilities, And in most cases, you have that kind of freedom to learn. You can spend about 2-3 hours a day studying. And moots and conferences and a lot of these college activities will take up a huge chunk of your time. But you still have the opportunity to take out this 1 hour every day. If you don't do this now, later on, once you graduate, there's going to be a mad rush for getting employed, because you will want to stand on your own feet, or there will be a fixed time. Maybe you'll have a year of time before you crack a competitive exam. But the pressure starts mounting. You will start seeing that there are other people in your batch or other people in your network who've gone ahead, who are now, being recognized, doing well in corporate law firms. Somebody is doing well as a litigator. So those things start to bother, and you do not have enough time at that time to try and make mistakes. But however, if in these 5 years you learn and move ahead, you can be as good as somebody who's got 3 or 4 years of experience. Okay, and you actually save that effort of figuring out what needs to be done. The problem with figuring out what needs to be done is that this is not something you can do on your own. It is not an intuitive effort. Even when we make our courses, we do not figure out on our own what is required to be taught. We actually go to the market. We talk to the lawyers, we talk to the companies, we talk to the practitioners and figure out what are the challenges, what are the services lawyers are providing, where are clients demanding services, where are clients dissatisfied with lawyers. And it takes a lot of effort of a lot of people to come together and create something. Now, if you want to learn something on your own, then you will have to do all of this work on your own to find out and then learn the skills also. Okay, so you can imagine how much more your work becomes. And this is not reusable work. The process of taking all that effort out in a direction where somebody has already done that is not something you can reuse later. So if you want to save your time, proceed and have some assurance that you're proceeding in the right direction and make the most of the time available and leap ahead, then you want to be aware of these dangers. That a thought process such as I want to figure this out by my own self, that can have. Okay. And I consider it important to at least let you know that what could be the potential costs of a decision you make. And that's why this is there for you. Please let us know how you find this, whether it is useful or not. We'll be happy to address any questions. Thanks.